Hello, welcome back. Surprise! It's a board game stream. On one of these. Supposed to be monthly. But you know, didn't really feel like setting up. So, hey, not only did I feel like setting one up, I did not feel like. So, yeah, kind of worked out well. And coincidentally, it was the first. So yeah, nothing terribly new here. We're just gonna play some more Tapestry. I'll play that a couple. I like it, and I hope you do too, because it's a fantastic game. Bit here, premise and stuff like that. But again, I've played it a couple times on stream, so I'm not gonna focus. Setup and rules. Back in first video. If I can find the time, the motivation, I may be either splice what I currently have or not much on it, but if you want to get it, all my streams are there if you prefer. Yeah, like I said, I do have a few clips from some earlier. So, don't get your hopes up. Yeah. We just... Her... would you call that her extended family? Because at what? Because I would call it immediate family, at least up until the point at which married, right? Then I don't know the definition of that, and I've never really thought about that before. So yeah, we all went camping. It was a somewhat short trip. Left on Sunday afternoon, spent the evening there. All day Tuesday. I had a kayak. For a little bit, but got in it nonetheless, and he enjoyed it. Isaac, who paddled the kayak himself, so left in a tent. That was, I mean, sleeping in tents is always meh, right? Have you ever had an experience sleeping in a tent that wasn't meh? I have. So yeah, we had an air mattress, and air mattress, that's like, this one honestly wasn't all that bad. worst part is that it just completely makes noise and moves every partner or whoever. But other than that, it maintained its air pretty well. We only had to fill it up once over the 4 days. Pretty good. Our tent is a tent, which of course means you can sleep like 5 comfortably. We're able to fit size mattress, 2 toddler size mattresses. Stuffed quilt. So pretty good size. Came back home and immediately lent it out to a friend of mine who was camping. So, same tent we used on the SCP, the neighboring tents, if you recall that. But yeah, overall, pretty good trip. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this, but my phone has plugs in and it just doesn't sit right, you know, and it just, a friend of mine actually has a friend who borrowed the stick charging port, out the bits of lint that back on the charger so you can't out, plug it in, put it in the port button. So I did that. Hers wasn't that bad. Jean's mind just sinks into the abyss that is my pocket and collects all of the lint. So hers wasn't so bad, but they're both charging significantly better now, which is good. I have issues with charging. Give that a try. First one I tried was too thick. Passed the part inside my phone, so. Oh, I got my hair cut. Cut off the top portion. Got the sides trimmed a little. Yeah. I didn't really like the way it looked with the top being. I took tail out, because then I just had like this long bit of like the suit's hair. My hair is pretty not thin, but to begin with, right? And so with that top section being so trim that off. Up same way. Rest of the hair now, if I take the ponytail out, still kind of falls in. But it's better. So anyone events they would like to report on? Worked yesterday and today camping trip, so really hot. Or any of the other pieces away. that's going. Had to turn off the last stream Katie called me. Else started. I can go over some of the setup and the rules for those. You can see the text. Well, back. Start with Tapestry cards. Oh no. Huh. Set up. Oh no, I start with it because of my yeah, got it. Yeah, I think I have the game all set up, ready to go. Everything, like my player mats. I know I've done this before where you could see everything. Not exactly sure what it's, but so to start us off, I have alchemists and the historians. And I'll go over the alchemist first because I'm not. But the alchemist essentially, at the beginning of every income turn, die, and every single time you match one of those symbols, you put a marker on it. And if you ever roll that symbol a second time, press your luck and you bust, get a resource. If, however, you stop, or if you roll one of each, then you get to move one space on each advancement tracks that you roll. You don't get the benefit or the bonus, which is a bummer. I really hate that. And oh yeah, and if you go beyond the end of the track, you gain 5 per. That's the end of the track. So that's the one I'm not gonna pick because I don't want to press my luck. Historian, however, they start with tokens on those yellow squares there, and you can. 2 of them are 3 victory points, and start of my income turn phase, I get to take one of the tokens on those yellow squares, give it to another player, cost of 1 exploration tile. Anytime that player, the landmark, I get what was underneath of that token. So I'm playing with the Shadow Empire and the Automa. Not exactly clear if the Shadow Empire counts as a player in this regard. But given the fact that they can player, the only other alternative, well, no, they either count as a player, they don't count as a player, or they count as the same. 1 token to both of them. That seems a little OP. Don't think that's the case. I'm gonna go with the TD, how's it going? Hey Ben, we are just getting started with setup and Tapestry. How's your week? We just got back from a camping trip. Good time. The music. Really? Still. Last time. How's that? Is that any better? Go down further. No, it was the game last time. My microphone audio is much better. Okay. My microphone audio. Oh. Someone mentioned that last stream. I think it was the game audio though, not the music. So weird that both bring up like that or something. I don't know. Yeah, so we went on a camping trip, had a good time, swam in the water. The other way too hot, but got to eat some good food. We were just going over Tapestry. Enjoying my time. Oh, Gen Con. I'm really jealous. I was really hoping to go to Gen Con. Found and hung out with Luke, Matt, and Bubba today. Also hung out with Silver. Awesome. That's so cool. I was really hoping to go to Gen Con, but then I was like, I really want to go to the NCM Summit. And so I was kind of teetering, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do the summit. And then I was looking into like a little more of their intentions and their purpose for the summit, and I was like, you know what, actually I don't think that's for me. And so I'm not going to the summit, and I am obviously not going to Gen Con. Demos for them, very cool. That's not through LTN, is it? Or if it was, I imagine you wouldn't have such a hard time finding Matt, Bubba, Silver, and Rogar. But that's pretty cool. Do you live in the area? No, okay, independent then. You live in the area? Is it pretty close to you? I came to Gen. Oh, jeez, was that long? It was LTN's very first trip, and they were kind of testing the waters. Wow. Gone to several of their own conventions, but never another mission trip with them yet. But your first Gen Con, okay, and it was through a connection Twitch that you got the position as CB. That's cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I really wish I could done that. Should have stuck to it and go. But that was the other tricky part, is that on Wednesday, in order to get out to Gen Con in time, I would have had to get home and immediately turn around and go to the airport, which I could have done, and I would have done, but it just would have been hard on me and on my family. I would have had to plan. So, lots of right, so we picked our we have our player mat, our income mat, we have our out here, 4 different tracks that we can advance through. Each one has a token corresponding to the different players. Blue, the Automata is green, Shadow Empire is white. And so they advance some tracks, capture Excited for some cat. Yeah, did LTN advertise that? I remember them no, that was Wizard Games or something. I saw that and I was like, ooh, I really want to do this. I was so upset. Yeah, because Wizard Games, I think, was going to do the same. Cover the badge, cover the hotel, provide an hourly wage or something like that. Maybe, I don't recall. Yeah, so tempting. I could have had more time to... I'm a little more freedom in it. I'm also very excited for Tapestry. We played it a couple times on stream, and I'm glad you're excited for it, because I don't want to bore you or anyone else watching, but I really love this game, and I'm getting a little tired of Hollow Knight, so we're taking a break from that, and we're back into Hollow Knight. So different tracks we can advance down, cost to advance down that track, and then we gain the benefit and the bonus listed below. Cards that correspond with the track. Tapestry cards are used to advance from one to the next. Automa player has their own income player board over here that determines how they score of cards that that instruct them on how to act. They look like this. And the cool thing about these is you pair them up side by side with another one of those cards, and then the middle column of the cards determine actions that the Automa and the Shadow Empire take. It's quite the variety of actions. Yeah, I think that's about it. We'll take our turns advancing down the tracks. Further. Got a little sunburn, so my arm. Hello. Start my. Okay. So, the very first thing you do in a game of Tapestry, start with your phase. And on the side of the player mat, is the steps that you take, and each one of them is numbered for the player. So only the ones with the number 1 that show on it are the ones that we'll take for our income. Technically, like, go in order, everyone takes. Then you would take your first, like, advance. But everyone just gets income, so you're done. It's real. So, one of each resource. In a Tapestry card. Meritocracy. When played, invent, then gain 2 victory points for each inventions. Doesn't look like it's focusing very well, but So, now comes the hard decision. Now we have to decide which track we're going to advance down. And I think what I want to do maybe on the combat, on the military track. Because the double tokens here and Automa and Shadow Empire represent their preferred track. So they're not always, but depending on the way the cards get drawn, their actions, they're more likely to advance. Given my historian's buff over here, or civilization, I want them to gain artifacts, not artifacts, landmarks. I want them to gain landmarks, because then I get go down military track. Military track, is it relies heavily upon track. Does have to have territories lord, right? So there's a little bit of back and forth that goes on. And, I think I want a bit of technology. We'll see how that goes. But I'm going to focus on the military track and getting the technology, but so let's go down. Another resource and a tapestry. And we have to pay a resource. Alright, now it is the Automa's turn. Shadow Empire's turn. Two of these cards here, and randomly them side by side. And as I mentioned, this center column determines their actions. So they're going to this empty square represents all non-finished tracks, which in this case is every track that they're on. Then it shows here their priority for track. And the blue arrow represents the Automa, and the black arrow represents the Shadow Empire. So blue, sorry, not blue, but Automa, which is green in this case, despite having a preferred track of exploration, is going with technology. White, which is the black arrow, despite preferring technology, is going to go with exploration. So, there you go. Doesn't always happen. If it ever lands on the heart, then that's their preferred track, right? And just kind of go down this, looking for ones that meet the requirement of non-finished tracks. These other symbols at the bottom do other bird tile to conquer, or part of ending. Oh wait, Shadow Empire, non-finished tracks closest to light. Yeah, okay. So that one ended up being the same. I forgot that the blue square, again, is for the Automa. The black one down here is for the, Easy Loud still? Just adjusted that. PD, did the music change, or... You mentioned that earlier, that it was really loud. How is that? I turned it down 2 notches. should be significantly quieter. And hello, Swifty. Welcome to the stream. How are you? I imagine you're at work. Yeah, you'd be at work today. Anyway, so the blue square is the Automa. The black one just beneath it is the Shadow Empire. And so their requirement for track that they move down. But it ends up being the same. It ends up working out the same. Any better with the audio? See, the music is significantly lower in OBS. Sounding better on your end. It down quite a bit, so yeah, once the Automa goes and once the Shadow Empire goes, that's the end of their turn. When their deck here of decision cards runs out, then that ends their advanced phases and they go through their income phase, like I will similarly. My turn then. I'm going to go N for doesn't really matter. I don't want to do the Tapestry card or the Tapestry tile here because it has more land edges, whereas if I go with either of these resource tokens, not only do I get another resource to spend, which will be good, but they have more water edges and I can line them up. Victory points that way. I'm gonna go here. That gets me 1, 2, 3. And that resource. Okay, with that resource. So there's that. We could pay another resource to get this Tapestry card, but we're gonna get a Tapestry card when we advance on the military track over here, and I want to save the resource for this bonus here in order to house from the. So we're gonna save up for that, and our extra resource over here. That makes it the end of my turn. Layout for their turn. And non-finished tracks closest to the mark to the land. Now, though, right. So with this condition, non-finished tracks closest to landmark / the end, we're going to look at the tracks that the Automa is on that are closest to landmarks / the end of the track, right? So technology is the only one that is closest. And if there was another one that tied it, so for example, if they were here on exploration and on technology, then we would go down this track here. Out the military track, take out the science track, and then go to their preferred track, which would be exploration, but that's not. They just advance on the technology track. The Shadow Empire can do all non-finished tracks. So all of these tracks are open for the Shadow Empire. Then we go back to their preferred track, which in this case, again, is exploration for some reason. So they advance here. So they're making me look like a fool talking about their preferred tracks. So, for that, Automa. That makes it my turn again. Their turn goes by really quick if they don't do any comp. Shadow Empire doesn't do any exploration. They're essentially only there to capture landmarks. That's all they do. So, my turn. I'm going to advance on the military track this time. Of course, advance. And the first one is conquer. So I take one of my totems, I place it on an adjacent territory to one of my existing totems, and I conquer that territory. When you conquer a territory, you roll black and red conquest dice. You're away from the microphone. And I can either take 6 victory points, which is pretty good, almost the highest you can get on the conquest dice, or whatever's on the tile that I just conquered, right? So I'm going to take the those are generally better early on. Victory points are good. So that gets me another mushroom. And that's my turn. Back to the shadow. Can either of you speak to the audio? Is my voice still being drowned out by the music? Hear the music at this point? Go. So in this case, the flag just means non-finished, closest to the end. So for the Automa technology track, right? So this one's closest to the end, so they advance down that track. For the Shadow Empire, it is non-finished tracks, and that means all of them, right? And in this case, they advance down the science track. Shadow Empire goes there. That's it. Go on. Next turn, the decision deck will not be. Deck is. Well, that kind of answered my question, but I still need to check the rule book. So it's not cards. So on these middle column, there is the hand icon, right? That represents income. So at the start of their next turn, if however my cards are arranged have that hand icon, then they will skip their advanced turn and go straight. If it doesn't have that icon, they take their advanced turn. Following turn, they take their turn. It kind of randomizes when they take it. Makes it so I can't really. All right. So we are going to advance on the military track again. That we're going to take a Tapestry card. Trap card. Put this card from your hand when an opponent tries to conquer your territory. If you do, resource and topple their outpost. When played, if 10 victory points. Cards are probably better against real players and not so great early on, especially when I'm the only one conquering. So we'll see how that plays. But we're gonna pay an extra. Kind of wish I'd taken that extra tapestry card now to gain the building associated here. Are on our capital city board here. Anywhere that there is not a red dot is a valid location. There, we're trying to fill out, and rows and columns get victory points, higher districts. Once we have an entire row or column, this landmark card comes into play and we get an extra land. Trying to place this. Doesn't do anything for me, but still a district or all right, moving on. Spreading myself a little too thin, but we'll see. Turn. Up. So, Fatima is all finished, all non-finished tracks. Which is every track, and Shadow Empire is closest to a landmark, non-finished or closest. And the one that they're closest to is creation here. So played this a couple times, and that's how I've played it every time. So even though they have this priority, right, coming up from their preferred doesn't meet the criteria of closest to a landmark, right? So we ignore that and qualify their preferred and go on to the next one, which is that is the end of their turn. My turn. Go here. I can beat Shadow Empire to the light. No one's competing for the military track right now. I have some time over there. If I go there, I'm gonna take the house. Do the exploration tile, I can only go adjacent to this, or adjacent to these here. I want to go to the center island here and conquer that, because again, last resource. They're going to advance before me. So they're advanced. So this first symbol here is if the bot is at the end of their favorite track or less advanced than another marker favorite to non-finished track closest to landmark side. So the Automa is actually going to take from their preferred track over to technology. Shadow Empire, similarly, is going to change from technology. Not good, because that means they might beat me. Although if it's anything like the game has progressed so far, they're going to go to a completely different track. Then victory points. Look at Tapestry card. They're gaining victory points for marks and and that's 1 point. 0 points for military tracks, which they don't have much of either, so 0. Then they're gaining 1 point for each technology and exploration. Again at full. Or victory points for advancing. Okay. Place a tapestry card. Oh, from the deck. They keep this one up. They get a pile of tapestry cards. Is add 2 cards from the progress deck, so that second deck that we made of then so they go up in exploration, which is ironic. Switched away from that. And we shuffled their deck. Alright, that makes it my turn, but I'm also going to take my income turn. So, starting with the historians, off of here. Batman token. Give that to Automa character. I'm going to give it to the Automa character because they're more likely to gain a landmark, whereas the Shadow Empire here, they're fighting me for it. So whoever gets to that one first takes the land. I take it from them, I don't gain anything. I at least gain something. Oh, I have to trade one of these two. Token bag. Tapestry card down. Could gain a free. Crap card. Just in case. Attack me. Not ideal. Inventing something better, or playing this later so I get more. Lets me repeat action of a space that I'm on. Darn powerful. That one. Upgrade. Card. Rows and columns. None. And income. Station token. Mushroom. Terraforming. This era, you may construct buildings, full land in your city. Whenever you do, gain 5. Not half bad. I was gonna say I could save that for when I get one of those like 3x3 buildings that I'm planning on, but I don't think it's 5 victory points per red mark. Not by the way this is. Okay. Come turn. On this turn. Then. Okay. So. Automa. Unfinished closest to landmark / end. So as I suspected. Done. So down the technology tree. Because they took a landmark. I think they're gonna take my landmark anyway. Shadow Empire, that is. So Shadow Empire is doing non-finished closest. and they're doing their preferred track nonetheless. I get nothing. Okay. Now, I thought I advanced on the military. I did not. Island. I'm good. And Automa is non-finished tracks. They're on the third track. Technically, they cleared this board. Back on the one that Shadow Empire, all tracks, and they prefer science in this case. That I'm going to Batman back, so I'm just place this down. I gain another resource because district. Play. Victory points per exploration token that I have in my case. It's just 2. 11. If it has anything to do with use a different mic, video game streaming and board game streaming. This one is more open, so it can capture me and Country Girl. And do non-finished closest to landmark / that could be potential ties, but not quite. But also this one's closer to the end, so I think this one still takes it. Unfinished tracks. All of them are unfinished. They better not take another landmark without me getting. Alright. Turn, my turn. Sure. Island there. We get to place one of our tokens now on this 10 victory. That's the end of my turn. Shadow Empire is all non-finished tracks. All non-finished, and they prefer exploration in this case. Tracks closest to landmarks. Wait. No, in this case, closest to end. This one is closer to a land. Trumps closer to the end. I think is how for the science track anyway. So. I'm not okay with that. Turn. Wait a minute. They moved here. They're supposed to explore. That was just now. So we're going to take this little map down here, which is part of the center column, and we're going to use those arrows and the terrain character. My land here. Card matches the orientation of the island here, so they're going preferred, not adjacent to any of those, so it doesn't count. Next preferred, not adjacent to any of those. Next preferred. Place it. Two, but right one. Automa is severely limited in everything that they get. is unless it explicitly says that they get something, they don't. So, favor. Down to a 3-point difference in. All right, that is the end of their turn. My turn. I go here first, then I can go there second. Yeah, and I can get the bonus there too. So we're gonna advance on the exploration track here. Science die roll, but we don't get the benefit. And we're going to explore over here next to them because we eventually want to topple their places. Potentially get 10 more victory. My bags. 1, 2. And it would still be. Bag, whatever it is. Okay. That's the turn. We're going to advance. Alright, advance. They take their income turn. Advance turn. Probably good for me. Yeah, and they just take it. So, they double check to see if they are the furthest along bird track, which they hide with me, so they are. Then they get victory points. Landmarks and conquered territories. They have 1 conquered territory, they should have 1 last turn. Landmarks. These are times 2 now. 2. And 1. 10. Ants track. Row and 1. Then exploration and track. Times 1. Bummer. Has to be adjacent to their existing territory. First adjacent one. So that's good because that means I can conquer the territory that I explored and then conquer. Although I need a second topple. They end up conquering again and they topple one of my territories. Then I have to like snake around and find once two outposts on given it locks that location. Gotta be careful. So if you conquer a territory, one of the outposts gets toppled and the other. That was their income turn, which makes it my turn. We're going to advance to here. +1. Conquer. Tapestry card is Surprise Party. Really good. You may discard this from your hand when an opponent tries to conquer your territory. Trap card. If you are further advanced on the military track than they are, which I 2. Topple their outpost and victory points. Ouch. When played as a Tapestry card, gain 10 victory points or one of your red houses. I'm already on track to get all of my red houses, so I don't necessarily want that. I'm going to conquer this territory. I might hang on to this as a trap card. Trap card only gains you a resource. I could go either way. 1 resource versus 15 victory points. That's kind of heavily toward the victory point. Back up 1 space. I need conquered dice for this territory. Let's roll that real quick. That was done this turn. And then I just conquered this territory, so we're rolling for that. Okay, so get here. Moneybag and the Fat Man are not gonna let me advance operation or the conflict track, the military track. Because I need a star or I need a mushroom. That's out of the question. It will let me advance on the technology track or the science track. I don't like the science track early on because I could advance on the military track and lose out the benefit. Out on the exploration benefit as well. Is less good victory point per conquered territory. Sure. Yeah. Dice. So I could get the money bag and just do both of them. like to have one more resource bonus and gain the house, but paying one of my resources now, this house, there's a slim chance that they gain. Would get me enough to get that. I take the fat man. Pretty nice. Okay. Dice. Okay. Closest landmark slash the good, because that means I got exactly what I wanted, and they both have the exact same thing. So closest to a landmark slash the end, they which I was kind of planning. A fat man. They close. Has to be exploration. Exactly what I was hoping for. Here. Technology card. What do we want? We already have one of our brown houses taken out, so getting this would get us. Hey, country girl. Welcome. Glad you made it. How's the audio? Is music overpowering me? Both, Dalek said it at the start of the stream, and Swifty popped in for a little bit and he said it was crazy loud, and I adjusted it 3 times. Hopefully it's at a good place now. You can hear me. Pretty hard to hear. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Okay, hold up. How is that?
Is that better? Music is not too bad, but your voice is too quiet. I imagine I'm greatly overpowering the music now. Let's turn that up a little bit more. Is that an okay volume for me and the music? A million times better. I set up my my board game mic and forgot to switch. You can't hear the music now. Okay. How's that for the music compared to my voice? I forgot to switch which mic was being used in my audio mixer. So I was speaking halfway across the room to my video game streaming mic instead of the mic that is right here in front of me. Whoops. Yeah, exactly. So, thank you for helping me figure that out. I appreciate it. Jeez. How embarrassing. It's like I'm new at this or something. I mean, not really, but... Okay. Right. I was asking the question. I've already taken one of my brown houses. This technology here would get me another brown house, plus a resource, which is nice. This would get me a resource, and I can move backwards on... Good news, our Christmas pajamas arrived. Great. I get to move backwards on the military or the exploration track. I don't get the benefit when I move backwards, but I can essentially retake the same space I was on a second time and gain that benefit, right? So that could be pretty powerful. Just depends on when it's used and which track I use it on. And then this one here, I get 2 exploration tokens, and I get to explore 1 on the final stage. Wow, someone has to be in exploration 4 before I can use this. Science 2. Have a neighbor in Science 2. Technology 4, soon to be. And Technology 2. Already there. I think I want the house, maybe? I think I want this one. That's tough. I don't know. None of them are that great, but just depends on when they get activated. Just think of all the Christmas pajama things we can do. We can have Christmas pajama stream. That is literally one thing. I cannot think of anything else. I wouldn't have thought of that if you had asked. What are the things we could do in our Christmas pajamas? Christmas pajama stream would not have been one of them. But, alright. That's a pretty nice one if you're going heavy into tech. Okay. That's the end of my turn. Family photos, extended family parties, movie nights, Christmas morning. So, Automa is moving on closest to landmark / end track, which again looks like technology at this point. None of the other tracks are closer to a landmark or the end. Yep, they're going here. Nothing else happens. Shadow Empire is doing a non-finished track, and they prefer science. Here, boom. my turn, I'm going to move up this track by 1. Knock a point down there. Take a tapestry card here. Architecture. This era, whenever you gain an income building, you may gain any type of income building instead. That's pretty nice, potentially. Okay. Here, and I'm paying the bonus. Gain a yellow building. Okay, I think that is the end of my turn. Why is there no one else here to commiserate with me about me being married to a not green Grinch? I don't know what to tell you. Haven't heard from Katie all night. Trombone Dalek, I think I said it wrong earlier. Trombone Dalek, or TD, was here when I started the stream. They were excited about some Tapestry, and then Swifty popped in to say my music was crazy loud because I was using the wrong microphone. So there you go. Katie is getting married in a couple weeks. I'm sure she's busy. Yes, I am sure she is busy as well, and I am not surprised that she is not here. Disappointed, but not surprised. Did you stick your tongue out at him? At Nathan? At Swifty? No, I did not. Apologies. I did not. I should next time I see him, though. I'll try to remember. Alright. Where are we at? I think I ended my turn, so it's the Automa's turn now. I always look at that. You should, because that's how our baby smiles now. Yes. Quinn, for those of you that aren't in on what we're talking about, and I don't know how you could be, unless you're Swifty. He periodically, several times throughout a given day, will say something like, Guy. Today they were talking about how he put his fingers up his nose. Isaac was pretending to be him, and Ellie was yelling, Nathan, get your finger out of your nose. Yeah, one of them was talking about that to me as well. Yeah, Quinn will just say, Guy. And we're like, what guy? And he goes, eh. And we're like, ah, yes. Swifty, of course. Thank you for that. All right. So, non-finished closest to the end tracks for the Automa, which of course is this one again. They're going here. Non-finished tracks for the Shadow Empire, which is their preferred track this time. So they're going here. They're almost at that next landmark, which I'm not gonna beat them to at this point, but I really want to get them a token, which I will be doing right meow. Before they get it, so that I get a resource or victory point or something. Oh, itchy. Okay, that is the end of their turn. I'm taking my income turn now. First things first is this. I'm going to sacrifice my science tile, my science die roll tile. And do I want a resource, or I think I want another resource. Victory points are good, but I'm greedy when it comes to resources. I'm going to give this to the Shadow Empire. I don't know where I put this. Just put it with the other one over there. So now if either one of them, Shadow Empire or Automa, gain a landmark, I get a resource. That's that. We flip over a Tapestry card. We can either do terraforming, which when I construct a building on an impassable land in my capital city, I gain 5 victory points. Or architecture, which is when I gain an income building, I can gain any type of building instead. I don't know if that's going to be too useful. I don't really want to do terraforming because I don't necessarily want to build on the restricted spaces. But an extra 5 victory points every time I do wouldn't be so bad. And if I do that, I could potentially... What am I thinking here? I'm really close to getting my landmark card landmark. Yeah, maybe I'll do terraforming. I don't know how useful it'll be. How much I'll get to use it, but it's the best one I have, I think. Okay, there's that. Upgrade. I'm going to upgrade this one so I get a resource. I'm going to get victory points for each tech card. That's 2. 1, 2. For each row and column in my city, which is 0. And for each conquered territory, times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 makes 8. 27 makes 35, right? Yep, 35. And then income. I gain 2 food bags, gain 1 fat man, 2 mushrooms, and a exploration tile. This time I get a star. And I get a tapestry card and 4 stars. Militarism. This era, whenever you explore a territory, you may place an outpost on the newly explored territory. What? Oh man. Oh, that's crazy. That's not gonna work out so well. I wish I had got this earlier. Oh wait, that's for exploration though. That's over here. If I book it down the exploration track, I could potentially get 1, 2... I don't think I can get 3 this turn. But that's potentially 2 territories that I can explore and conquer at the same time. This specifically says place an outpost, so it's not actually conquering. I don't get to roll the conquer dice when I do it, and I can't topple because I'm exploring. So there is that to be aware of, but interesting card, especially for heading down the military track. Alright, where are we at? That was our tapestry card. We got our income. Yes, I think we're good. So that's the end of our income turn. It is now the Ottoman and Shadow Empire's turn. Ottoman is doing all non-finished tracks. Boo, because they prefer science in this case. Whoop-de-doo. Gain the tapestry card. Shadow Empire takes their preferred track. which means I get a resource. Mushroom in this case. All right, that's the end of their turn. It's my turn now. Jeez, excuse me. Okay, where do I go? Can't use militarism now. I could prepare for it by moving up one here and getting ready to take a territory next. Next age. But what I think I want to do is move up on the military track. Because 1, I get a landmark. 2, I get to conquer. 3, I could potentially conquer their outpost, which gets me 1 step closer to 10 more victory points. And 4, if I topple their outpost, I get both conquest dice on the roll, which is really nice. I think I do that. So that's 1 star. And 2 other resources. Now the question, the one that I'm going to struggle with, is where does this go? I didn't get to tell you earlier, I listened to the coolest podcast today. Bible Project has a new series about dragons in the Bible. Huh, interesting. So the question is, I can put this anywhere I want. I can cover any of these red dots on my capital city, which I normally can't. My initial plan was to place it here, because that completes 2 columns and fills in a district, so I get another resource by doing that. That doesn't cover any red dots though, and I might as well do it, right? Cover a red dot, because that gets me more victory points. Gets me 5 victory points by doing so. But that means that I either have to go... I can't... The only place I could cover a red dot and complete a row or column is by going here. But that puts it way off center. I only get a single column by doing so, and I don't even fill... I fill 1 district by doing that. I was not planning on having this ability, which makes it tough. I could go here and almost fill some rows, depending on when I get another landmark. I could go here with it and then fill the top 3 rows. But the landmark card requires a row or column to be filled by the end of my turn. So if I use this one, let's see, where are we at? I'm gonna go there. Read this again. You may construct buildings on impassable land in your capital city. Whenever you do, gain 5 victory points. That does not sound to me like whenever or for each red dot you cover, gain 5 victory points. It's whenever you do this action, no matter how many you cover, you gain 5, right? Really throws a wrench in my plan. Maybe I just sacrifice the 5 victory points this time. Put this here. Gain my resource. Gain my extra landmark. Then I can put that wherever I want. If I do that, not likely to gain that this turn unless I just book for it. Oh, and 2 stars, yeah, I'm not going to gain that this turn. Whoa, sorry about that. Stretching my leg. I don't have any going horizontal that I could complete. With this placement, any rows, and the columns that I do have, that would do it. But that leaves 3 spaces open over here. This is the best spot, which is what I was planning for. I only get 2 victory points for doing this, so it's not like 5 is obviously better. But I do get this every single income turn, which is just 2 more. So but I could put it here and then place 1 income building here and gain my row, and then that would put me in a position to, then I would gain my landmark building. And I still get a resource. I just wouldn't get it the end of this turn. Which is fine, it doesn't have to be the end of this turn, right? I think that's what we do. Okay. So 5 victory points for going there. 1 resource. We'll do a food bag, maybe. And now conquest. So we go here to conquer. Now the way conquests work with Automa is they have a stack of tapestry cards here. I'm going to flip, flip, flip until I find a trap card or until they run out. If they get a trap card, they topple me. If they don't have a trap card, then I topple them and I win this conflict. Stakes would be a little high if this was the game, but trap, first things first. Piece of crap. That's dumb. That's stupid. I don't get the conquered territory then, and I don't get the conquest dice either. And I wasted my resources. What are you gonna do? Okay, well that makes it the end of my turn. Automa and Shadow Empire's turn now. Oh, and they don't get the 10 victory points yet, but they're staged to do so. Automa is all non-finished tracks. They prefer their preferred tracks, so they go here. Take this landmark, and I get a resource. Hooray. And then the Shadow Empire goes also non-finished tracks, which is all of them, and they prefer technology, if you say so. All right. The end of their turn. My turn. See, now I don't really want to conquer anything because if they don't have an outpost to conquer. But maybe I will anyway. Oh, this is Warplane. If I use this next conquer one here, I can place that totem anywhere I want, which is pretty cool. I have no idea where they're going to try and conquer next, which makes it really hard. I could conquer one of these spaces out here and be all by myself, or I could conquer this territory here so that I could potentially get a resource, or yeah, I don't know. It makes sense to conquer first before I go to this spot because that's a victory point per conquered territory. Advancing here. Question is now, where am I gonna go? I think I take their spot here because I have a trap and I have surprise party. So if they try to conquer me, I can counter them and topple their territories their outposts pretty easily. So I think that's what I do. Conquer there, roll the dice. 7 again. Man. Like I said, I am greedy though, so I'm going to go with that extra resource. Trying to count it up in my head. I still don't think I can take that landmark on this turn. Because I would need another star somehow. And unless I get to here, I don't think I see that happening. But that's okay. Let's see now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I do all of those. There's 4, 5, 6. What am I gonna do? Well, that's the end of my turn. Right, I was debating whether or not I wanted that Tapestry card as the bonus, but I don't think I do. Okay. End of my turn. Shadow Empire. Oh, and they skip their advance turn. They go straight to income. So they do not change their preference. Stay where they're at. Victory points, conquered, and landmarks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 2 is 18. Youch. Military and science. 1, 2, 3 for a total of 3 to 50. And technology, exploration. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 times 2 is 24. Ouch. 74. And a bonus 4 because they were first. Ooh, that hurt. But that's kind of how it goes, right? They advanced first, so they typically get a big jump. I'll advance soon, and then I'll get a big jump. And then they'll advance to the last one. They'll get a big jump, and then I'll advance to the last one, probably after them. And then I'll get my final jump. So, that's that. Play their card, add 2 of these. They get another tapestry. They advance on the exploration track. Get to explore. Wow, all the way up here. That's good though, because I can explore that, or conquer it rather, and that exploration, yep, there, and then shuffle. All right. That for them, that makes it my turn. I'm gonna go here for 1, 2, and we'll call it 3 for the house. So we're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 victory points for our conquered territories. We're going to get a brown house. And this gets us our... I could put this here to get our row and column requirement and get our extra landmark. But by doing that, I don't complete, or I don't place it on a restricted spot and thereby gain the 5 extra victory points. Ugh, frustrating. Place it there anyway. I'll get my skyscraper. And I will use that to gain 5 victory points. Yes, another 5. And a resource. Getting another star, which might... Yeah, actually, that'll get me enough to get that last landmark. Boom! Will get me into the 4th tier of the... 4th tier of the, whatchamacallit, military track there. That's cool. Okay. So that is the end of that turn, yeah. Now is their turn. This is their final advance phase. Shuffle first. They are doing non-finished closest to landmark N tracks, preferred tracks. So they go here. They're almost at the end. Oh man, which means they get 10 victory points. That's dumb. And then Shadow is non-finished tracks. For science, they go here. Okay, there's that. My turn. Now I'm going to go 1 star and 1, 2 resources to go here. Gets me my last house. I don't know if I actually wanted to go there. I don't know where else I would put it though. I don't have a row or I don't have a district that I can finish with this one piece. I can put it here, and that gives me another row. Alright. Victory points per Tapestry card in my possession. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to there. And that is the end of my turn. Shadow Empire's turn. Autumn's turn. Oh, we are just over our 2-hour mark, I just realized. 11 o'clock. Well, we should be finishing this up pretty soon. We might try and power through it. Let's see. Closest to the end, preferred track. Boom, they reach the end. They get 10 victory points. Boo. 78, 88. Shadow Empire prefers their non-completed tracks, and they're doing science again. You go here, they get this building. Gets me another resource. Where is that building? Is it this one? Man, I dropped the token in there and now I don't know which one it is. Oh. Wait. I pulled the wrong building earlier. Okay. Well, we got it sorted out. And I get a mushroom for that. Now I have 2 mushrooms. I could go there, but I don't get the bonus. I could go over here. Okay, whatever. That's the Shadow Empire's turn. That's it. It's my turn now. 2 to go here. This one is a 3x3 with the corner taken out. So I was thinking about going here. That would finish a district. Oh, perfect. That's what I needed. If I finish a district, then I can go here. But maybe I'll just go over here instead. If I go here, that means I can't use the militarism to conquer 2, maybe 3 territories. And given that I have this military track on my income sheet uncovered, I want conquered territories. That's one option. What are my other options? So this would fill just one row and get me a completed district. This would fill just one column and get me a district. This, however, would fill 3 columns and get me a completed district. I think that's the way to go. And it gets me 5 more victory points. 5 points there. Another resource. The food bag. I get victory points per space I am. Hey Jenny, how's it going? You're reading the chat. Yeah, Country Girl had quite a bit to say. I was using the wrong microphone, so it's been a blast. Victory points per over here, so 3, 4, 5 more victory points, up to 64. And then this lets me play a Tapestry card on top of an existing Tapestry card, which I don't know if that's gonna do me any good. I don't want to do militarism, because I want to save that for when I can really fully utilize it. I could do architecture, but again, that's not going to do me any good. I could play my trap card or my surprise party. Playing surprise party wouldn't make much sense, because it's better when played against an opponent. Yep, the Christmas pajamas were fun to read about. Oh man, yeah. We'll see if it's as fun to actually wear. I think I'm just going to play my trap card on top of meritocracy and just get 10 victory points. Double check that that's how it works. Play a Tapestry card on top of your current Tapestry. Only the new card is active. Yep. Okay, so another 10 victory points for that. 64 to 74. Look at that. I haven't even taken my income turn yet, and I'm already almost caught up to them after their income turn, plus completing a track. So that's pretty good. Okay, that's the end of that turn. Another Shadow Empire and Automa turn. How you been, Jenny? Haven't heard from you in quite a while. I haven't streamed as regularly or even as often. We were on the camping trip, so, but that didn't impact the stream, I guess. All right, here we go. Non-finished tracks, so the technology track no longer counts for the Automa. So they have to look at a different track. They prefer their preferred track is the first one, but that one doesn't count. Exploration is next. So they move up here and they explore a new territory. Hanging in there. Yeah, I seem to miss the Friday streams for some reason. Hey, not a problem. We're going from here to here is next. That'll make it hard for me to get to, but that's okay. So that was their exploration. Next is the Shadow Empire non-finished tracks. Prefer engineering this time. Technology this time. Non-finished. Yep. Go here. I'm no longer working, but my long-term disability was just approved, which is a massive blessing. That's awesome. Yeah, I can imagine that's a huge weight off of your shoulders. Stress that you don't have to deal with anymore, or at least for the time being. Gives you a little more time to plan and think about what you're going to do next. What was I doing? That was their turn. It's my turn now. I can't do that last one yet. Over here, we could go up, but we decided not to because of militarism. We're going to try and do that next turn. I'm back. Had to watch a YouTube video. Oh, okay. What YouTube video? We're going to go over here and do this one. Question is, do we do Tapestry card? Or do we do another house? The house will get us another victory point per, sorry, I said Tapestry, technology. Per technology. So we get 2 victory points per technology card, which is good, but we don't have a whole lot. Or if I do the technology card, it'll get us one of these. Either another technology card or a resource, and we can backtrack or something on a track. That could potentially be really good. If I get to the end here and then backtrack and do it again, that would be interesting. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, maybe if I make it to here and upgrade it. That could be really interesting. I could conquer a second territory, and I could, and I could get a third civilization card. Yes. They backdated all the way to September 2022. Whoa. That's awesome. This Australian potter does a mystery mold series, and it was the first one in quite a while. Huh? Interesting. Loving all the camping pics, Country Girl. Yeah, the kids were hilarious. I can go backwards on these. Because if I did this during militarism, I could potentially conquer another territory, or I could potentially explore and then not capture, but yeah, whatever. Thanks, I have more. Just too tired. Wanted to come to the potluck, but I'm working on getting rid of things at home. Ah yes, some summer cleaning. We need to do a bit more of that. Our shed is chock full of stuff. I'm tempted to take this one. I think I'm going to do that. The extra house would be nice. We could not fill a district or a row column with it, but we'll take this one. Ugh. Okay. Let's see, where was I? So I took that one. That makes it the Shadow Empire's turn, right? Yes. Looks like a fun time was had by all. Yep, in general, you are correct. I got a little sunburned on my shoulders and the top of my head, but honestly, it's not too bad. It's a little itchy right now, but it's not really painful, so it hasn't lasted long. Let's see. Automa is non-finished tracks closest to a landmark. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4. Yeah, not that one. So it's got to be exploration then. Advance here. Shadow Empire's non-finished tracks. Going for science again. They are just cruising. And not on the tracks I want them to be cruising on. Okay. Their turn. Ooh, yikes. Yeah. I don't know. Country Girl is typically more worried about sunburns than I am, but she says I have a lot of moles, so I'm at a higher risk for skin cancer, apparently. I don't know. She has more experience with that than I do. It's the end of their turn. My turn. We're going to go here. Oh, wait. Got to replace this. See what's there first. I don't want that. So I think maybe we clear the board. Rightfully so. I read recently that if you have more than 50 moles and sunburns, you are at a higher risk. Yeah, that's what you told me. Man, getting sleepy. Where are we at? Oh yes, I advanced here, taking those resources. I can either clear the board and hope for something better, which honestly, that sounds pretty good. None of these look all that great. Let's do it. Gray House. Tapestry card. And technology advancement. Okay, those are not really any better. Not at all. Shoot. Well, I think maybe I'll go with the Gray House. Just because. Oh my, I missed a few. I have a lot of abnormal X-ray CT scans and fluoroscopy scans. I have a spot on my lower left stomach area, which never gets sun exposure. Docs aren't too concerned, but it showed up out of nowhere in its funny shape. It's just a pigment change, not bumpy or anything. Looks like a birthmark, but birthmarks don't suddenly appear. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything about any of that. But yeah, it sounds a little concerning. All right. Got another technology card. Okay, where are we at then? That was the end of my turn. So it's their turn now, and then I'm going to take my income turn next. Unfinished tracks. Military is second. Did they conquer? Yeah, they did. That was a long time ago. Tapestry card. There. Closest to landmark / end is probably this one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And they prefer science anyway, so what do you know? Oh, stop. Okay, makes it my turn. We're doing income now. I'm gonna give I'm gonna trade this in and give one of these to the Shadow Empire, so now I get 3 victory points and a resource every time they take a landmark, and they could potentially take 2 more landmarks here. Hang on to that. That's my ability. Next we play Tapestry card. We're going to do this militarism one. Whenever you explore a territory, you may place an outpost on the newly explored territory. I only have 3 outposts left. I just realized that. That's a bummer. My plans won't work quite as well as I thought they would. But, there we go. Militarism is placed. We're going to upgrade. Do we upgrade a brown building? A gray building? This one, the food sack. I only need 2 mushrooms in order to get into this next tier, which would be 2 explorations. I'm super religious with sunscreen. I'm extra freckly on my arms, face, shoulders. Irish, haha. I burn easily, and some of my meds cause an increase in the effects of UV rays. Yeah, sure. That's not great. I tan fairly well after I burn. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of the same. Not really freckly. I guess I kind of on my shoulders, but beyond that, it's just a bunch of moles. Ooh, that could get me a house there. I think I want to do this upgrade here, even though it just gets me a resource. It puts me in the position to upgrade it again and move backwards on a track. And if I do backwards on the military track, I could get... because the next space is going to get me jack diddly. The space after that is a conquest plus an extra civ card, and if I do it again, I could get another civ card. And then if I repeat the action, I have so many options there. The alternative is a house or a house. And while houses are good, I don't think that's what I want right now. So I get him a food bag for that. I've even got freckles appearing on my hands. Yikes. That was my upgrade, my victory points. 1 per, so 4 victory points there. 74, 78. Rows and columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. 5 victory points there. 78, 83. 4 victory points there. 87. 2 times conquered territories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 plus another 10 is 20. 87 makes it 97. Oof, so close. I don't think I will be breaking any records this game. It could have played out a little differently, and I've done quite a bit better, but here we are. I'm not as far ahead of them as I was hoping to be. That was victory points, now income. 2 more food bags, 1 fat boy, 2 mushrooms, and 4 stars. Also get an exploration tile. This game is rather interesting. Yes, it is one of my favorites. You essentially have just the nice thing about Stonemaier Games, which is the company, and Jamie Stagmeyer is the one that makes a lot of those games. The nice thing about a lot of their games is on a given turn, you have to make like one decision. And so in this game, you pick a track and you move your token up the track, you pay the cost, you gain the benefit. That's it. All you're doing is picking one of the tracks and you move on that track and you're done. When you run out of resources to purchase the spaces on the track, then you go through an income phase, which is what I'm doing right now. Which has a few more steps to it. It's a little complicated, but they have a lot of handy little symbols and guides to kind of walk you through that. And then I'm also playing single player, which pits me against an Automa, kind of an AI that uses these cards over here to determine how it acts in the game. It's best with people, but I'm short on people. Country Girl was considering playing, and we would have done Libertalia if she had played. Is Fred in here? No, he is not. Fred is not with us. Not with me. What was I doing? Jeez. Income. I got my token, I need my Tapestry card. Infrastructure boost. This era, whenever you gain an income building, you may place it on a territory you control that has exactly 1 outpost and no other tokens. If you do, gain 5 victory points or the benefit on that territory. Dang, that's nice. Probably won't use it because I can't, but oh well. Okay, that was my income. Now it's their turn. They're almost done, and then I just get to freely play. Until the game is over. So, non-finished, prefer exploration. Oink. Non-finished, prefers their preferred track. Oink. That's it. My turn. I have to get rid of all of my Tapestry cards if I want that extra 10 victory points there. That's the only benefit, really. Well, I'm going to get 5 victory points for my capital city. Can you call him when I'm done? Yes, I will try to remember to do so. Isaac's arm is doing pretty well. He just got his cast taken off today. They did some more set of x-rays and revealed actually that it was broken in multiple places. So yeah, he is healing well. He no longer has a cast on. He has a sling, and he was told to take it easy. No wrestling, no roughhousing. Just be gentle. So, but other than that, he only has to wear the sling if he wants to, and he seems to want to. I imagine his arm is a little weak feeling, but the doctor said he didn't have to see a physical therapist. Yeah, no trampolines. no physical therapy for him. He just has to use it and be a kid. So that's pretty cool. All right, I keep getting distracted. Let's finish this. We're doing militarism. We do... Ooh, but we also have that one. But we're not going to do that one until later, because I want the upgrade to apply to that. I actually saw your post about it just now. As I was... Wow, I just wasted all that breath. If he doesn't have the sling, he kind of just cradles it with his other hand, and that makes it hard to function. Yes. Yeah, at least in the cast, he could use his fingers to kind of prop himself up, or I don't know, move it however he wanted. But sorry, I'm distracting. I can imagine the muscles used for extension on arm are pretty weak. Yeah. They just shows that he got the cast off. So he did provide more info. Sweet. All right. Not completely wasted then. Yeah, depending on how they cast it, like the way they cast my hand when I broke my knuckle, you know, they want you to be in a position where you're forced to work the tendon that they wanted me to close my hand to strengthen it rather than open my hand to strengthen it, because opening your hand is a much harder thing to do in exercises, right? Pinching and gripping is much more natural. So I don't think it matters which one I do first. I can do military track there. Oh, hang on. No. Let's do this one first. Because if I get these houses, then I could complete more spaces here. Potentially. I don't think I will, actually. Now that I'm looking at it. I can no longer place on the red dots. So, let's go here. Let's count it out first. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't do all of it. I can explore a territory if I move here. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I can do this one here, tunnels. I can do this one here for glass and the bonuses for each. And then I can do this. I don't have enough resources to do this top part here and double it, though. Okay. Let's do this one here. 1, 2, 3. I get a tile. Another island with food bag. I think I want to camp at Mayfield Lake next year if I am well enough. The photos you post each year always look like a blast. Yep. Pretty fun. And then I paid to explore and I paid for this house. So this one here. So close. There's no row or column though that I can finish. But I will get another house here. Wow, they're not gonna get into group 4. So that one I can't do. I can get a house or I can go backwards on a track. I can't afford the resources for going backwards, so I might as well get another house, another brown house. Yeah. Which means I will get one more resource. And it doesn't matter where this goes, I guess. Put that there. Okay, where am I going to explore now? If I do this one, I could go here. Get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 victory points for placing it there. And another resource. 97, 100, and 3. And I get to take it. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I think so. Because I'll be able to conquer once, but I don't think I can conquer a second time. Okay. Goes there, got my resource. Their last turn now. It's almost over, I promise. And then I gotta put it away. They do not end their turn early. Their final action is non-finish, closest to landmark end. I think it's this one here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, exploration. Go here. They're going to explore. Here. Ooh, it's an upgrade. I don't think I can get to that though. And then non-finish closest to the end. Them. 1, 2, 3. It's actually science. Jeez. Alright, well they're gonna take this at least, so that's good. At least made use of that. I mean, it's not good because I don't want them to get the landmark points for it, but I get 3 victory points. And I get a resource. Battery is running low. Whoops. That brightness down all the way. My laptop is probably going to die. I did not plug it in. But that will not affect the stream, so fear not. I'll just have to squint to read what you say. Alright, that is the end of the Automa and Shadow Empire's turn. They will do their income turn next, and then they'll be completely finished. My turn then, we're going to go here. And we're going to take all 3 of these. That's 2 stars. 1, 2. I'm going to trade these in. 10 victory points. 6 up to 16. Now it's their turn. Their income. That doesn't matter. Oh, I guess it does? I don't know. At the end of favorite track or less advanced. Like this. So they move to this said non-finished closest to landmark. It was here, so they're moving this to here. And then they're furthest along there already, so they're good. I don't know why that matters, but alright. Territories and landmarks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Times 3 is 33 points. Youch. Let's see. 20 makes 108. Now I need 13 more points. It makes 1821. Military and science. 1, 2, 3, 4. Times 2 is 8. 29. And then technology and exploration. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 7. 12 and 7 is 19 times 3. Oof. Okay. 27, 3, 5, 57 points. Oh, that hurts. 57 points. Double check my math there, but I think I got that right. 29 plus 50 makes 79. Plus another 7 points makes 86. They advance on the military track, I guess, and they conquer. Shoot. I don't know how this works. Oh, there goes my laptop. So valid hexes can be conquered or explored. Adjacent to you only check if topple. So that has a topple thing on it. You freaking suck. Are you kidding me? Hexes adjacent to territories you control are only valid if a topple icon is on the tiebreaker card. And so if we're following this pattern here, here, this is the first one. This is the second one. They don't have... Yeah, so I think they just conquer here. Because there is no valid location until they reach the next row here. I think. I don't know. We're almost done. That's okay. They are done. Now I just get to fly through my turns until I'm finished. I'm gonna pay 2 more to go here. I get 5 victory points for reaching the end. I'm going to conquer. I have a lot of Tapestry cards, and I don't want to give them 10 victory points by allowing them to trap me and topple me. So I'm going to go here, conquer that. I get to roll both dice, and I get to keep both dice. We get victory points per conquered territory, and a mushroom. Gain a mushroom, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 victory points. 28. Okay. And we get another civilization card. This is where it gets a little interesting. A mushroom. Yes, indeed, Jenny, a mushroom. This is where it gets interesting because some of these civilization cards do absolutely nothing. And if you draw one of them, you return it to the pile and you draw a new one. Some of them do something, but are effectively worthless and are just a waste of time and space. Others are actually really powerful, and if you get them, you can potentially gain a lot of victory points. So obviously I'm hoping for one of those, but we'll see. I'm going to go with this one right here. Hopefully it's a good one. The Tinkers. Tinkers are masters of time and technology. If you start the game with Tinkers, each opponent gains a tech card from the deck, placing it in the bottom row. They may not upgrade tech cards during their first income turns. Right. Yep, okay. At the beginning of your income turn, 2 through 5, you may place a player token on one of the unselected options here and act accordingly. Unless otherwise noted, do not gain the advancement benefits or bonuses as a result of player token manipulations. So if I take this one, which, I mean, I have to, but if I get to activate it, choose one of my advancement tokens, gain resources equal to the cost of advancing into its current position. And mind you, I'm only going to get these bonuses when I end my turn and end the game. So that one's not great. I don't need extra resources. Advance on any track to match the closest opponent who is ahead of you on that track. You may gain the benefit, but not the bonus. That could be potentially very powerful, depending on which track I go down. Like this one here. Maybe. Nah, maybe not. I don't know. That actually kind of sucks. Oh no, this one could be good. Maybe. Regress exactly 3 spaces on an advancement track where this is possible. You may gain the benefit and pay to gain the bonus, if any. Pretty powerful. Advance to the next bonus on any track and gain that bonus for free. Do not gain the landmark benefits or any landmarks. Do not gain the benefits or any landmarks you pass. So that one, I could get this upgrade for free, but I don't get a house. I could get this house, or I could get 5 victory points. I could go backwards 3 spaces, which could potentially be pretty powerful. I can move up to this space all on my own. So moving backwards 3 spaces would be, not great. Advancing to match my closest opponent. I mean, I don't really have a choice. I have to keep this. It would say specifically on it, you know, if you drew this mid-game or whatever, return it to the pile and draw another. I have to keep that. My opponents don't get Tapestry or technology cards at least, so that's good. Alright, that was that. I conquered a territory. I got the bonuses. We're done at the end of that track now. So now I have to pick a different track. We have 6 resources here. I could potentially do this one twice if I use this time travel option. Because I can go... Oh, no, wait. I can't. Shoot. Because I'm going to pay 3 resources to go here. And then 3 more to go here. And then this would take me backwards. That wouldn't help. But I could upgrade this house. Yeah, that would clear this house row completely. That's pretty good, actually. Would get me 1 more resource, which is not so good. Well, that's a real bummer. Neither of these 2 like repeating ones worked out for me. 1 because no one's in the 4th tier of exploration, and 2 because I can't afford to go backwards and then forward again with the resources I have. So let's do this. There's 1 food bag, 2 and 3. That gets me this house. Place it there, I guess. We'll get a resource. And we get to upgrade. We're going to do this house, which gets me this one here. And again, I can't put this anywhere that'll make a difference. Schlep it in there, I guess. Oh, no, wait. That will make a difference. That'll get me another column, because I'll upgrade this one here and get another house. All right, and then we're going to, we went there. Would going here be better? If I went here, I would gain another technology card. I would gain 5 victory points for all of my houses that are missing here. I would also gain another house, which on its own, because I'm upgrading this house here, wouldn't really do anything. But it would give me an extra victory point per technology card. Whereas if I went here, I would get, at best, 5 victory points for the territory I place. And I would conquer it as well, which would get me 2 more points for conquered territories. We're looking at a 7-point gain by going here. Plus a resource, or whatever it is I play. Probably a resource. Resource. So, what did I say? 7 points? Whereas if I go here, that's 5. Whatever technology card I get, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, but then I get this, which is an extra, that's an extra 1 point for that, and then an extra 5 more for that, so we're looking at 11 points. Yeah, huh, alright. I won't conquer that final space. I think I'm forgetting. I don't think so. Let's do it. 1, 2, and 3. 5 victory points for the house. 28 up to 33. You get to place this house. Place it there. Another column. Wish I'd done more in the science tracks, since my capital city is so well filled out. You gotta get some sleep. Alright, sounds good, country girl. I should be there soon. I get a tech card, none of which are great. Either another tapestry card, or I get to advance on this. Yeah, none of those are good. Oh, I can take one from the top. Let's just do that. Penicillin. Still not great. But at this point it doesn't matter. It's just there for the victory points, really. And I don't think it'll do any good. But I can spend my last resource to go up on the science track and roll the science die. Military. Cool. Can't do that anyway. Alright. That is the end, I believe. Now we gotta do my final income phase. I can put that somewhere, but it doesn't change anything. This is the one that could be pretty powerful. 1, 2, 3. I gain another tech card or get rid of another house. Oh, I do get to upgrade. Like, put 2 houses there. That would just get me 1 more victory point, so that's not really all that good. Or I can get another tech card, which is worth 2 victory points, possibly more depending on what I choose to upgrade. One, two, three. I could explore. 1, 2, 3. Worthless. That one doesn't count for anything. Or I could bump up to match. Go up here. I would gain 4 resources, which do me nothing. I can move to the start of another track, which again does me nothing. I could bump up 1 space here, bump up 1 space here. If I bumped up here, I could conquer another territory, gain potentially 5 victory points. That's probably the best option. Either I go back 3. Or advance to the next bonus on a track and get it for free. So I get another upgrade. Yeah, a second upgrade isn't going to do me any good, though. It'll get me maybe 5 more bonus points. That's just not that good. Not when this is an option. So let's do that one. We're going to advance here. We're going to play. We're going to gain 2 first. See if it's any better options. Resource. They're all resources. Garbage. And they're all islands. Well, except for that one. But, man, there's not a lot of good locations. So I'm not going to get 5. Best I could do is put it here or here and maybe get 4. Yeah, so if I put it here... Nope, that doesn't do it. Has to be like this, but in that case, it's 1, 2, 3. Or I could put it here. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. I put it there, I gain 4, and then I can also take it. I think that's the best I can do. Alternatively, yeah, because none of these are going to match any better in that spot. They're going to get 4 if they go here, so yep, that'll be fine. 4 victory points. And I take that spot. That's done. No. Those. I think I'll roll the science die just because. Again, I don't think it's going to do anything for me. Science. I just move up 1 spot. Cool, that's it. Upgrade. Victory points. 2 per tech card. 2, 4, 5, so 10 victory points. 37 up to 47. Rows and columns of my city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14. 54. Sorry, 7 is 14. 10 plus 11, 21. 54, 74, 75. 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2 is 16, 26. That makes 101. Nice. Beat the Automa, at least. That's all I care about. And actually, that's it. Not by much. More than 3. So, we got that covered at least. Yeah, that was close. I think that's everything. I did all my victory points. Boom, boom, boom. We don't do income. That's taken care of. That's taken care of. All right. Well, we went long. GG. We went an hour over what we're supposed to do, but you know, sometimes that happens. Pause our game there. Automa got a score of 186, which is not even their best score. Shame on you. And I got 201, which is definitely not my best score. I have a best score of 274, so not a whole lot further down, but alright. There we go. Yeah, with that, we're going to wrap things up here. Thanks so much for everyone sticking around and hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed another game of Tapestry. Like I said, feel free to go back and check out my previous Tapestry streams if you want a little more information on how the game is played. But obviously, going through it with me for as long as we did, you probably have a good idea of how the game goes. And we'll be back next week, I think. I always second guess myself. But excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll hit you up on the Discord If there's any change of plans, feel free to drop in there and join the group for going live notifications or just any old chit chat. Thanks again, everyone. Love you all. Take care. Bye.